All right. All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Eric from AHA Americans Helping Americans and AMP Live. Coming to you live here in beautiful, crazy Southern California for the Sunday sermon, Rants and Raves. Um, Definitely like, share, and love, and to others. Appreciate it, right? Just pass on the good word about what we're doing, what our cause and mission is obviously to help our fellow Americans throughout the United States of America. When it first started back in the day, several years ago, and that was in regards to real estate, creative real estate, traditional real estate, all that good stuff. What we're about is obviously the creative real estate umbrella, anything under creative real estate, which happens to be wholesaling, subject to seller finance, lease options, rent to own, anything that is not traditional in regards to listing a property or dealing with a buyer's agent where you need a license, right? Either way, you're coming in as a principal or you're coming in with a licensed professional as a professional, or you're a professional real estate investor of some sort. Okay. So for today, today's pretty much topics that are on my phone here. I usually don't have notes, but we're going to rock and roll with a little bit of notes here. Sent out a few links. I know I usually go on here sporadically. It's easy going to be that day. It's going to be either at 2 p.m. or 6 p.m. usually. Those two times I really like, and it gets set up. If it's set up, then it's set up, then I'll show up. A lot of times I'll go like, hey, that's all right. Hey, I want to do a live like now, today. Let's do it. So, and a lot of times I won't be here because we got some family, we got some church, we got other things that are on the table that we're going to do. So today it is live right now. We usually like to go live in the Facebook groups. I'll be your host today for the AMP Live Real Estate Show. My name is Eric from AHA Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one family at a time, one property at a time, doing our part together with you and others across the United States of America. And AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, we're going to talk a little bit about that as well. And that's the only program where we mentor you and others across the United States of America. True one-on-one mentoring. Nobody does what we do, I guarantee it, anywhere in the United States of America or the world. That I can say and be solid on, right? God is my witness here, rock and roll. And with your permission, I'm going to share some stuff with you. A little bit about myself, a little bit about what we're doing, a little about maybe some rants and raves, because that's the theme, right? It's Sunday sermon, rants and raves. I'm by no means a holy roller, but I am a God-fearing man, and I have no shame. I'll share it and say it. I don't care. Does not matter to me at the end of the day. And yes, there's politics and all that good stuff that I believe in as well, right? That's what we're here. We're not here to live in a bubble. We're not here to say, hey, look, someone doesn't like it, too bad, right? It's the First Amendment. And then we have the Second Amendment, which protects the First Amendment. And we got the Constitution, all that good stuff, right? By no means am I an attorney. Am I a bookkeeper, a CPA, financial analyst? It's for entertainment purposes. That's what this is all about. That's what YouTube's all about. Besides gathering all your information and all that shit, I'm just kidding. I'll leave that alone. But first and foremost, yes, let's talk about it, right? Do you get up and pray? I do, right? I get up and I'll get on my knees and I'll thank God for gratitude. I thank him for my family. I thank him for the things that are happening in my life. Good, bad, ugly, does not matter, because that's what life's about. It's like a freaking roller coaster. If you ever saw that movie, Dewey Cox, or whatever it's called, right? I forgot what it's called. It's a parody movie. And it's about the ride. That's right. It really is about the ride. The destination. The destination is going to be Wahoo. Hey, knock on wood. God allows me to rock and roll upstairs, then hey, that's what's going to happen, right? When he calls me. But this is what we're going to do. We're going to talk about a few things, make it a little bit of educational. All right. That was my who was that? The Bush guy. All ready? Okay, let's do this thing or whatever. Anyways, I'll throw some impressions in there. They might be very, very bad and they might suck, but hey, sometimes they come off pretty cool. They crack me up, but I'm my own best audience. So check this out. There it is. There's some links down below. There's going to be several links in the post, right? Where you jump in the Facebook group, rock some deals, post some deals. Don't be afraid, right? Talk to thousands of people throughout the United States of America. Everybody has a little bit of something. Either they're having a hard time, they're spinning the wheels, or they're doing pretty good, or they did pretty good, and now they're not. Last year was kind of weird. Oh, first, and I'm going to drop some personal PSA announcements as well, okay? So AMP Live Media is powering all this stuff, right, for ourselves and all this stuff, and, peeps put this stuff all together, and we move forward, and we're able to monetize it. So this will always be live and uncut until it's not. If you see it in shorts and all that good stuff throughout the internet, then it is what it is. Definitely like and love and share with others. This all comes from the heart. It is our cause and mission. It's my cause and mission as well. And that's what happened several years ago. And that's to help our fellow Americans with creative real estate investing or just real estate in general, right? Where they're having a real estate issues, distressed property. Maybe they don't want to list it with an agent, or they don't have the money to fix it, or they just like, look, they inherited the property and they just want their money, or there's a bunch of heirs on the property. The more problems, the more issues, the more solutions we can create and help you or others with is the premise of AHA, Americans Helping Americans, okay? And then AMP Live came about over time, and that was the American Mentee program. After seeing people, spin their wheels, $50,000, $20,000, $5,000, even $500, and reviewing a course, or maybe it was a hardcore, or whatever, they downloaded it or something, or maybe they bought the course of some sort and it was delivered to their house or whatever, and just seeing a lot of that stuff happen. And then, obviously AMP Live was born. And AMP Live is a broadcasting, media, and marketing company for our mentees and for ourselves when we're hunting deals, CRMs, ringless voice message tech. In other words, just the platform of running the business and rolling with leads and just doing the business aspects of things on auto, right? Making some things automated, because I've always been into tech. Even the last cycle and into this cycle, I've always been about tech. I like to have stuff that's hopefully, as you can see, right? I was going to say, we like to make stuff sexy, not the dude back there, right there, I got right, but the logos, right? Those logos are awesome. I love them. If other people don't, it is what it is. It may look like whatever you want it to interpret. Perception is reality after all, right? So the bottom line is they come from the heart. They come from AHA's from the heart. AMP Live is from the heart. It's from just things that are rolling. I didn't create any of that, or none of the puns intended with AMP, right? What does AMP mean? PMA. Actually, what does it mean? It says AMP, the American Mentee Program is what it means, right? Or American Media Productions, okay? Or when you flip it backwards, it's PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. That tells me that I'm going and I'm moving forward and God's pushing me in the right direction, right? Mentees, a few mentees brought that to the table, said, oh, you must have designed that like that. No, it was because we definitely believe in Think and Grow Rich. We obviously believe in the 17 principles of success. That's part of the requirement when you come aboard and work with us as a mentee. It's required reading. If you don't read it and study it, then you're probably not going to be a good fit. So it is what it is, right? But it's not to replace the Bible or the real Bible, right? 17 principles of success is like your business Bible. The Think and Grow Rich, well, that's kind of like just get you started, right? To see where it comes from. Where does character come from, right? Where do these principles lie when we're working in business or just in ourselves, right? A lot of the stuff that's in Think and Grow Rich is from the freaking Bible, right? It's from the hierarchy. It's from God, and it goes through the story of Jesus Christ and all that good stuff. There's things that have happened that are in the Bible that people who have shaped America and the world, right? Like Andrew Carnegie and all those guys and gals, right? Ford and everybody. There's powerful women that were involved in shaping the world and things of that nature. They're in the book. And you study them. I don't care what anybody says, all this and that. It was, he did this with copyright, whatever. Who knows? The bottom line is if you believe it, you think it, and then manifest it. That's what happens, right? That's life. And we're all going to go through the good, the bad, and the ugly. But, it just depends on how you deal with it, right? Stress does kill. So, you know what? Hey, I'm not going to lie. I get stressed out one day, then boom, it's dissipated. It's over. Squashed out of my brain, out of my head. I squash it up and throw it through the back or throw it into the universe. Or not even, I don't want it in the universe, right? I'll just crush it and then put it in the compartment so it doesn't never escapes again, right? Kind of like Ghostbusters, right? Got to house them son of a bitches somewhere or send them back to hell. So, but that bottom line is to stay positive, keep on rocking and rolling. Doesn't mean put fake smiles on and things of that nature. It means, hey, it's right here. You got to feel it. If it's not in your gut and things of that nature. Don't listen to other people's shit about, never give up on this and give up on that, or I can't do this, can't do that. I was talking to one person we're going to recruit and bring him aboard. Seemed pretty cool. Was asking a lot of questions, but first thing comes out of his mouth. I can't afford the hard cost. So, well, there's no such thing as I can't, right? Or I don't. It's either you do or you don't. You just don't want to, right? You can have excuses or results. As I always say, you cannot have both. I'm an acquired taste. I'm either right here or right here. There is no in between at the end of the day, and I'm okay with that, right? Because I think when I was younger, I always used to think in my head and say, look, well, I wasn't put on this earth to please that person, that person, that person. I wasn't put on this earth to please anybody but myself, right? And you can call that selfish or selfless, but at the end of the day, it shows that I'm a person that truly cares, right? I'll have your back 100% until you don't have my back. And when you don't have my back, then that's cool. We're done, right? That's just, and it just works for me. and others are different, right? There's others that have tons and tons of friends, but they're super fake sons of bitches, right? Or they got a smaller core and they're real, right? Some people say, hey, well, you cuss, you shouldn't cuss because it's bad. Well, I'm telling them I'm going to cuss because it's the truth. And that's how I feel, right? So that's the Sunday Rants and Raves, right? Also sponsored by VIP Execs Realty and Lending, Step into Excellence. Thank you very much for putting on stuff like this. At the end of the day, we do have a webinar that's coming up. It'll be a webinar / meetup on Thursday, May 1st. So definitely be there, be square. There'll be a link down below where you can register until the timer times out. So lock in your spot. We'd appreciate you being there or not. Bottom line is we're going to be there. We're there to educate. We're there to do our part. We're there to show up and do what we say we're going to do. And the byproduct is what? Mentees, relationships, networking, deals, business, period, right? Right. So hopefully we'll be here together working for the long term or not. We also are hiring, looking for acquisitions and dispo and high ticket sales, right? High ticket sales for our one-on-one mentoring program and the American Mentee program, Amp Live. That's our marketing, media, and broadcasting company. That is for that. As far as AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and the rest, yeah, wherever you can fit in or you think you can fit in, or you can pay it forward by sharing some good people with us, we definitely would appreciate that. You can DM me or someone at the end of the day that's associated with us, and then they'll put you in contact with us, and we go from there. But you can also hashtag Get Erick Paul Live, Get Erick Paul Live, and see a bunch of videos and things of that nature. So let me get back to the show here, right? So the Sunday Sermon Rants and Raves, that's what it's all about, right? So Amp Live, the Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'll be your host, Erick. On the bottom, you can see the little ticker thing going down there, right? For AHA, Saving America and Americans Across the USA. Like, what does that even mean, right? The USA, national, always private and secure, right? For an instant offer on your property or any property, even if it's a real estate investor within the next 24, 72 hours. Now, obviously mind that we're dealing directly with sellers, whether they're off market or on market, it is what it is, right? So that is our policy. When it's wholesalers or other investors, we're going to digest it, because we got to go through a lot of them, right? A lot of times the deals are just too tight, or, people aren't doing their numbers and they're, throwing some stuff, or they're copy and pasting. Talk a little bit about the copy and pasting and daisy chaining of America for the wholesalers. Got to stop that shit, right? But it's going to happen. It is what it is. When you got too many barrels or too many monkeys in a barrel, what happens, right? It's chaos. So, I choose to stay out of those barrels, right? Or if it's requirement, then we're gonna have a barrel, right? Just kick back in my own little barrel, right? Like back in the day when you had those pools, right? The plastic pools, or in East LA, you got the water hose, right? And the what do you call it? The slip and slide and all that good stuff. If you couldn't afford a pool, and if you could get a friend who had some money, and then you go hang out at their pool or the apartment complexes, right? Then it was cool, right? It was awesome shit, But let's get back to that, man. I remember even back in the day, we used to be able to leave our doors open, right, and the windows open until that Night Stalker guy started, doing some crazy shit. But we won't talk about that. It's done. Well, I just did. So, anyways, Rants and Raves, changed up the colors a little bit. It's all red. That is our jam. Red, white, and blue. There's a little bit of blue down there. Definitely, if you got deals, send them down the wire. What we're going to talk about today is how to find those deals, right? So let me bring that up real quick. I'm also going to have my little rant and rave on something real quick I'm going to share with you. You can scan that QR code. Let me pull this up, pull my mug up. Right there, you can scan that QR code, right? That's for the Thursday's register for that. That's going to be for the Thursday domination webinar in regards to creative real estate investing. It's free. It's not going to cost you a dime, but we are going to, towards the end, there will be a proposal for you. If you want to jump aboard, want to get mentored, want to get coached, awesome. We'd love to have you. It is a selection process as well. There's my little rant about this, right? The truth about real estate training programs and what they don't tell you, right? There it is. There'll be a link down there. Join Erick's Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Sign up right there. Webinars.amp-live.net. It's there. I'll bring up a QR code where you can scan that sumbug in a second. But definitely watch this all the way through, backwards and forward and all that good stuff. Catch the golden nuggets and pro tips that I'm going to drop for you today that you can use in the market today. And hopefully this opens up your mind. Hopefully you get some good vibes and your helps you with positiveness. And maybe I inspire you to say, man, I'm gonna rock and roll and I want to get some things done, even if it's not real estate. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's an engineer. Maybe it's something that you want to do. At least I know when I was in management, I was moving up in the corporate world and doing that stuff, right? Even though I'd ride people hard, I found out in the beginning that you couldn't be a little Napoleon and just crack the whip, bat, 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 because you end up working, doing all the shit yourself. So so I started to learn that, hey, you know what? You got to put on, see this hat right here? You got to start putting on different hats, right? Different personality types. You got a high personality, high D. Then you got, maybe a B or C, right? You got someone who's the introvert, someone's an extrovert, right? You just got to put on that different hat for that different personality type. Rock and roll with them, give them instructions, let them know that you're on the team, make them part of the team. So I definitely get the community thing if you're building a big organization or a business, right? As far as the community thing, when there's mentoring and coaching, cool. The core is always going to be there. Used to be the 80-20 rule. Remember 80-20? Right? 80%, but 20% keep everything rocking and rolling, keep the doors open. Well, people got a little lazy over the several years since the Chinese virus. So it's about 85-15% roll or even less. Or 10 to 15%. Out of 100, that means 8 to 10 agents, if you're on a brokerage, are going to rock and roll and keep the doors open. The other 85% or 90% are going to keep on rotating. It's no different than mentees or coaching programs and things of that nature. Not everybody's going to make it. The people that are in the Facebook groups, it is what it is, right? It's the 15% that are going to gobble up the ones that can rock and roll or not. They'll either make it or you won't make it. Statistics are the statistics. When you go to a seminar, 97% of the people are going to shit can and shelve that information, put it on the shelf, never do anything with it. That's just the way it is. The videos are going to be the same thing. It's like a seminar. You're going to watch the videos and probably do nothing, or you're going to try some shit and you're going to get stuck, right? It's very rare. I don't give a shit what people say. Well, YouTube, you can do anything on YouTube. Well, shit, yeah. If you got the time and if you got the bandwidth, they're still going to leave out all the little intricate nuances and pieces of the puzzle that you're not going to learn unless you're belly to belly or working with somebody exclusively. Period. Just doesn't happen. Unless you're like maybe going to a corporation. Even when you go to a corporation, you got to watch all their videos, okay? You're moved into management. Well, you got to watch these videos before you become a manager. You got to watch all these videos for this department. Yeah. Where are you going to learn the shit? You're going to learn it when you're working. The videos are just to kind of go over what you need to do so you have a basis and a foundation, right? So that stuff works. We do the same thing. But we do that belly to belly, okay? So a lot of companies don't do that, or maybe mentoring companies. I guarantee there's not very mentoring companies. And if they are, they're going to charge you $10,000 a month or $100,000 a year or $120,000 a year, right? I won't mention any names, but it's out there. Not that it's bad or great, or it works, right? You have to be at that level. It's pay to play. I get it. Pay to play with all the big dogs, right? You want to get on their podcast and do that stuff, pay to play. You got a big list, social media. It is what it is, right? So we're core. I believe in the core. That works for me for now. Yes, got coaching programs, for the tire kickers. Got coaching programs. Someone just needs 5 or 6 weeks to jump into something, and they want to get a deal. Maybe hey, we'll even consult you. What are you having problems with? I'm having problems with this, and that. It's like a doctor. A lot of people I talk with, and they're like, well, if they did this, and this, they can make it happen, right? But we're not here to do that for you, right? Doctors don't just show up and just go, yeah, no problem. They're going to send you a damn bill. Right? When they diagnose you and then send you referrals, and then they're going to make money off referrals. It's no different. Business is business. This is a capitalist world that we live in, capitalist country that we live in, one of the greatest countries in the world that we live in. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Trust me, right? I'm not going to want to go to China or Japan or the UK or any of that shit. For what? It's beautiful and awesome right here in the good old United States of America. I am made in America. My family is made in America. We are made in America. Right there. AHA, Americans Helping Americans hat. Rock and roll that. I'm suited up because I respect you. And I'm going to suit up for you. Right? So, I get it. Other people, they have backpacks and they've got their flannels and shirts or big ass beard. That's okay. It doesn't matter, right? You're going to show up the way you're going to show up, and you do same attitude, right? Who cares if you like you? I don't like you. It is what it is, right? But we're here to help you. Anyway, I didn't want to share that. I'm going to bring it back up right there, boink, right? Because there are some, there's just some stuff in the industry. Good stuff too, right? Trust me, I joined some of those programs, right? Might bump heads with some people. It is what it is, but that's life, right? There are meetups that are pretty good. Let me do this real quick. There's some meetups that are pretty good that we're attending and networking and sharing and stuff here in beautiful, crazy Southern California. I'm sure there's awesome ones all over the United States of America. Definitely get part of it, learn it, but then it's going to come back to the core, right? It's going to come back to you taking responsibility to become the expert in your area or your field based off of what you're learning. Kind of like Sam Walton, right? Sam Walton did that stuff, right? And he would take somebody else's stuff and put it into his business and blow it up and boom, make it better. That's cool. So that's what I want you to do when we work with you. Our whole goal is to get your business up and running. So here it is. This is awesome right here. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. Let me pull this up as well. So I have some guidance here with the story. Where are we at and what we're doing. There it is. If you need anything too, in regards to the mentoring program, you can get in touch with Erlene or hashtag Erlene Peck or whatever. I think it'll probably be in the video. Contact her. She'll chat with you, run you through the gauntlet and all that good stuff. Make sure we're a good fit. And if we are, set up an appointment. We'll chit chat and talk. She'll eventually be working as a high ticket salesperson as well to rock and roll and help out with what we're doing here. I did want to say, we got something I want to do a shout out. Maybe I can do a screenshot. That's what I'm going to do. Screenshot. Okay. There's an open house in Missouri, Warrensburg, Missouri. Get your butt out there. It might be over. What freaking time is it? I know there's a 2-hour difference, right? 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. All right. It ends at 3. So get your butts out there. If you're a real estate agent in Missouri and you're in Warrensburg, Knob Noster, get out there. Sell. That's what this business is about, right? It's not about kumbaya. Let's go get some tea and get some Starbucks and, let's have a sandwich, right? Or I'm just kidding, a sandwich somewhere, right? And pretend you're being real estate agents, right? Bullshit. At the end of the day, you need to sell, and get the property sold. I'm a little more aggressive than an average agent or even a good agent, right? They may have a team and things of that nature. Sometimes you just gotta, you gotta get in and make some stuff happen. But we got an awesome, beautiful, lovely house in Warrensburg, Missouri. Go check it out. Agents, bring your buyers. We'll pay you. Okay. We'll pay a percentage. I believe it's like 3% or something like that, right? So I can say that. Why? Because one of the principles, and we can do that. Get your butt out there. Share the property. Open house. If you're a real estate investor, you're looking for a rental. Beautiful, perfect rental in an awesome, beautiful area. They got the Air Force Base where I think the Stealth resides, which is beautiful. And we also got, let me see what we got. The college is right down the street, right? So go check out that college. I was talking to an investor yesterday, a young man, and we turned this on to his boss, and I guess she went to that college, right? So she's in the area. It's Kansas City, Missouri out there. KCMO, rock and roll. So I wanted to put that shout out. Check. I might just pull it up. Let me see if I can pull up no, I'm going to pull this up real quick. Let me see, where's it at? I was going to pull this one. We're going to change subjects here because then I'm going to have to change this up. Maybe I'll get back to it. Let me see. We'll go to Facebook. See if I can find it first. Where's it at? All right, where's the property? Maybe it's in. As soon as I bring it up, I'm sure with it. Here we go. So maybe I'll bring this up. I'm share this and share my tab. So this is open house, Made in America, Warrensburg, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Bring your agents, okay? So let me get you a picture. See if I can bring up a picture real quick. See if I can find it. Let me see. We'll check in the groups. Let's check out the groups, right? What the heck is it called? Isn't it called a relocation thingy? Maybe we'll try that. Oops. There we go. Military Relocation Nation. Let's take a look. See if there's things in there or if it's not. I'm not sure. Is it here? 1 second. Pull it up. 1, 2, 3. Scan. Heck, maybe we need to just post it again. So let me go ahead and just do that. Pull this up. Fuck, man. Can't remember. All right. Anyways, let's see if it's in here. Sure it is. Go check out the group. There'll be a link down below, right? You can check out. Let me see. I'll pull it up real quick. I'm pretty sure it's right here. Where's the damn house at? Shit. There we go. Oh, right there. There we go. Let me share the tab. Boink. There it is. Let's share real estate investment deals, right? Now, as you can see, that deal right there, right, is the open house from 1 to 3 p.m. Go check it out. It's offered at a beautiful, lovely price. Co-living. First thing I was thinking about, if I would keep the sucker, it'd be co-living from either military, it'd be a mom or a dad. Of course, you got to have it either men or women, right? College students, stack them up high per bedroom and put them in there. Obviously, get it signed off from the parents because you probably don't want to rely on the college students making that payment at the end of the day, or Air Force Base, male, female, right? Go in there. Each got a bedroom. It's kind of like roommating, but make it where the point where it's nice and they got internet and they got coffee and they got snacks and they got someone to clean the house or even make dinner for these guys and gals, right? That will reside there and co-living. So rent's about maybe $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, right? For something like this. I think you could probably push it up to 15 on a long-term rental or triple that. Make $4, $5, $6 by doing the co-living thing, right? And it's on the outskirts, so you're not dealing with crazy, the crazy metro area. Not much crime. There's pride of home ownership on the block. I believe there's a sheriff or something like that live in the area. So it's pretty awesome. It's cool. I would take a look at that. Go out there if you're an agent in Warrensburg, Knob Noster, Odessa, whatever the heck, or just Kansas City, Lawrence, Olathe, Independence. Share the property. Hey, we're offering you some money to show this property and bring a buyer, right? It's been done lovely. There's a lot of cool stuff. It's all updated, the kitchen, the bathrooms, and all that good stuff, right? New appliances. Outside looks awesome. I don't know if I got a picture of that. Let me see. That'd be cool if I actually had a juicy picture. Or I probably could. Let me do this. I'll pull it up right here. Pull this one up. And we're going to go. Let me show you some pictures. Let's check it out. The fuck? All right. It's Google doing their shit. There we go right there. Pull this bad boy up. Public view. Pain in the ass, man. Today's is technical pain in the ass. It's okay. It's because we're rocking from the hip, right? So check it out. Beautiful. That's pretty cool. That's awesome. Let's share that real quick. Let's go to the tab. You can see right there, right? Look at that. Awesome. Inside's awesome too. I'll share a couple of pictures of the inside as well. Take a look. I had a little young couple or a couple, dad and daughter. Say, "Oh, Dad, this house is so pretty. I wish I could live in it," right? So we're trying to bring a nice home, nice family to this area right here. See, we can see some of the inside, right? See the kitchen's pretty awesome. Inside flooring, boom, boom. I'm gonna give you the Reader's Digest version. Some room for entertainment and barbecue and all that good stuff. So definitely check it out. All right, now let's get back to the task at hand. Some other deals coming down the wire in Southern California. Let me see. We'll pull this up where we got what we were supposed to do. It's right here. Oh, it's this one. There it is. Okay. Share this tab with you. Okay. So this is coming up on what we got? Attention all real estate investors, real estate domination webinar, the ultimate strategy for unstoppable success right there. Scan that QR code and join. If there isn't a QR code, let me pull the QR code up right now. And I believe it's right here. You can scan that QR code right there. Boink. Throw my mug back up in there, right? So you can scan that QR code. Join Erick's Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. I'm going to share some other stuff for it with you as well. So we're talking with some other people across the United States of America, recruiting some mentees as well, getting them on board or waiting for them to get on board. And sometimes it's a fit, sometimes it's not, right? If it comes down to money, don't worry about that. At the end of the day, there are hard costs you got to take care of. It's like anything else, right? But it's worth it. First, second deal, you're going to be making money. right? But you got to show up to the party. Let's get back to talking about actual deals that we're looking for. We're looking for deals in Southern California, all 4 counties, as well as Texas, Florida, Missouri, Ohio, Nashville, Tennessee is cool. That's kind of coming up. We've been talking to a few other people as well. We're supposed to do some lives with, I believe there's a national title company that we're working with, a national title and escrow company. We want to do some podcasts and some live stuff. So we're going to run them through the ringer, not through the ringer, but just test, see how they do business-wise, and then we'll share it with you and give you the feedback on that. We always like to do that with either software or tools that are out there, or just, services that people are offering in the creative real estate investing business. I'll go ahead and do this real quick. I'm going to pop this up here. And this. So master creative real estate investing, how to buy property with no money, credit, or spending days watching shitty videos. I get it. You got to get a basis of what's going on. We don't share videos with you until after the fact, after we work together. Then it's only to reiterate what you've been doing, right? No PDFs, no Facebook groups with the blind leading the blind. It's just true one-on-one mentoring to help you get your business up and running. I will challenge you to jump on the ultimate one-on-one real estate mentoring program. It's the Amplified Real Estate Show. I want to share this with you, okay? Creative real estate investing. How to get off-market deals, right? Now, I'm noticing a trend that a lot of people are going and trying to find deals on market because they think it's easier, right? Or they've been watching some videos, or maybe they went to a program or a course, and that's cool, and they figured, hey, I can just go. That's the trend. Now, it's a good trend. It's like anything else. It's good and bad, right? You're going to have to learn both sides of it. It's almost like, think of it as a real estate brokerage. You got acquisitions, and then you have dispo, right? Acquisitions is like a listing agent. They got some experience, and then that's kind of weird, right? Because some people should start off at dispo and trying to sell properties and then try to do the acquisition part, right? Also, kind of like what came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Do I go after deals first, or do I get buyers first, or do I do acquisitions first and go after deals, or do I, JV with other people and become their dispo people, right? It all depends on where you want to be. If you're just kind of like tire kicking and trying to figure stuff out, then you're going to do that, right? You're going to figure out what you like, but it's not always what you like. It should be, what do you need to do the business, right? And if you like cold calling, some people do. And there's other people that despise it. There's some people love door knocking. Some people despise it. Some people are like, no, just, hey, I get on the phone. I want to do sales, but I hate selling a property. I don't want to sell a property. Or others are going, oh, I love the property and the inside, the numbers, and I love talking to investors. That means they love dispo, right? But they may not want to do acquisitions or deal with the seller and the emotions and the closures and the vacant and the stories and all that shit, right? Or deal with agents. So let's just get back to what we started off with, right? And that was based on market properties and talking to agents, right? Thinking that it's easier. Let me find a property that's been on the market for 90 to 180 days. That's almost 6 months, right? Maybe it's thrashed, maybe it looks like crap, or maybe it's okay, or maybe it's priced higher, maybe it's a nice house in a nice area, but for whatever reason, it's not selling, right? Until you talk with the agent, right? And then you got to qualify the agent. So sometimes that's easier just to talk with them and give them the spiel, see if they're a unicorn agent. I don't know if you work with me and I work with investors and this is what I'm going to do. You're either going to tell them who you are as a wholesaler and they'll work with you, or you're not. I suggest you just be transparent. Share everything with people, right? And there's a way to do it. It's called the art of the deal, or we like to call it the Amp Life method, right? It's always being transparent. You use a square box, right? The square box. You live within that box or a little bit outside the box. Yes, there's always a gray area because that's the letter of the law. That's the way it's designed to do, right? When you go to court and there's an attorney, it's whoever has the best story, whoever can formulate the best story, whoever can lay the facts down at the same token. And a lot of times the facts are not even the facts. They're made up facts. It's bullshit, right? At the end of the day. So you don't want to do that, right? The bottom line is you want to get the truth from the seller, truth from the buyer, truth from the investor. You lie and rock with integrity, loyalty, and communication. So you're bringing the truth to the table, and they're going to appreciate that. You're going to build a relationship with the seller at the end of the day, or the real estate agent. They're going to understand who you are. We like to meet with them. We'll go to their office. They can meet with us. We do some coffee, break some bread if that's what it takes, because this is a longer-term relationship, right? And they'll bring deals to the table. Or you'll be able to work with sellers at the end of the day, or work with agents as well. And I get it. They do all the paperwork. They get it all signed up. You're just going to put in your assignment agreement. Then you're going to go ahead and work and find them a buyer and then sell it to them, either a double-end closing, or they're going to bring cash and close them if you have what? some buyers, right? All you need about is 4 or 5, and you're always going to be cycling, right? Because life happens. You got 5 juicy investors. They all want deals. Cool. Whoever's going to write the hot check first gets the deal. But divorce can happen. They can die. They can run out of money. They can lose their money. Anything can happen, right? So life happens. So you're always looking for new buyers or investors to work with, right? It's just part of the business. So that's why they have tools for that, right? They have emails, and you're looking for buyers, and they're getting text messages. You still looking for properties in your area? What's your buying criteria? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it's just a machine that keeps rolling. Deal with quality over quantity, and you'll be awesome, right? Go valley to valley to get those juicy deals. Yeah, you can make some money on the on-market properties, but you gotta do your homework, and don't be afraid. If you can talk to an agent, you should be able to talk to a seller. It'll be a little bit different. It'll be a little more personal. Sometimes they're dealing with more emotions and things of that nature, because the agent's going to be your gatekeeper, or they're going to be a unicorn agent and share that with you, right? We like the unicorn agents that will allow us to present an offer or proposal to the seller, that's creative real estate investing, right? So those are your best deals. And now you got the agent on your side, you got the seller on your side, and now you can go ahead and go sub to seller finance, or you can fix, flip, buy, hold, buy the sucker cash, or sell it off or wholesale it to someone else if you get a good deal. Easy peasy stuff, right? So same thing for, like to say over here on this side, right? Again, I'm going to move this over here on this side, right? So that's going to be your private sector. You're doing the same thing. Instead of maybe talking to agents, you're talking to sellers. You're going direct to the seller. You're going to qualify the agent, or you're going to qualify the seller. See what's going on. What are the pain points? Tell me about your property. What's the situation? Why are you selling? Do you need to sell? Yes, no. Yes or no? Do you need to sell your house fast? Yes or no, right? Tell me about all the blemishes and all that good stuff about the property. Tell me what's on. What do you owe on the first? What's the interest rate, right? What can you share that with me, right? Now, there's a way to get all the information. The bottom line is, when there's instructions, you follow through and do them. Don't try to shortcut it, because when you shortcut it, you're just going to shortcut yourself. You're going to shortcut whoever you're working with, and you're not going to get the results that others are getting, right? So it's like anything else. I always say it's a process, right? So creative real estate investing is an awesome, juicy thing. My rants and raves with that is, follow directions. I know you can punch your way up, pick your bag. We want to help you and others across the United States of America. That's what I did. I just listened to the person I was working with, my mentor, and then picked his brain, and then reverse engineered some things and said, I like that. I don't like the way his stuff is. I'm going to do this, and put it together and then share it with them. What do you think? He goes, oh, wow, that's awesome. I've always wanted something like that, or wanted something built like that. Never had the time. Cool. We're partnered up, but then he's like, nah, I got my grandkids and this and that. I just like taking the ugly houses and making them pretty, and putting a family that maybe had a little distressed situation here and there. But they're good to go, and we'll plug them in, make a payment, they can carry for them and all that good stuff. So those things are still there. Someone asked me if creative real estate investing or wholesaling and sub 2 has been around forever. And it's been, it's pretty long time, 60s, 70s, 80s, right? When interest rates are crazy, came from the commercial world. You can quote me on that or not, whatever. But the bottom line is, that's just from my analysis and my assumptions, is that, back in the day, you could do options, and you can put some money down, and you can sell off the option to a bigger company, whether it's, building apartment buildings, or, skyscrapers, or whatever else, or just maybe a house. Eventually, it started moving to houses, right? But it's all commercial, because you could take an option on something and then do something with it. And if you executed, great. Now you're going to move forward and raise the capital and the money, build up the model and stuff, and then pitch it and bring the cash to the table. No different than it is today, like with syndications, equity funds, or you're raising capital and getting a sponsor so you can buy those 500,000 unit apartment buildings, or whatever it may be. Maybe it's hotels and motels. Everybody's figuring out all kinds of cool, awesome niches, right, in the real estate world, which is a beautiful thing. So you just got to figure out what niche works for you. Where does it all start? Well, bird dog, wholesaler, then fix and flip, buy and hold. Single family, easy peasy. Cardone says, nah, skip the easy peasy, skip that. Give him the money and he'll invest it for you and buy the apartment buildings, right? All crowdfunding stuff, it's cool, right? Or you decide maybe, I want to do the syndication stuff. I want to do the equity fund stuff, right? I want to raise capital, and then I want to go after the properties, and I want to bring in the general manager and partners and attorneys and bookkeepers and all that good stuff, and go for some, commercial properties or apartment buildings or hotels and whatever, motels or whatever it is, right? Everybody has their niche and flavor. For us, it's just, We'll play them both: single family, multifamily, commercial. That's it. But at the same token, it's creative real estate. That's where we stay. Creative real estate investing for myself, anyways, with AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, and AMP Live Media. Obviously, VIP Execs Realty and Lending. That is the brokerage for listings and buyers, and obviously the lending aspect of that traditional. Speaking of traditional, hey, that's who's probably going to buy the house in the Midwest, right? It's going to be FHA or USDA loan. Or maybe someone's moving, they want to go out to the burbs, right? And they're like, I'm getting out of the city. I sold my house and I got some cash and I like the house and I don't want too much, but then I want enough to have for my grandkids and, things of that nature. Well, that'd be a perfect place, right? So those things are doable. I think FHA is 3.5%. Don't quote me on that. I think they got some cool programs, that you can get into for minimal amounts of dollars, as long as you got some decent credit and a little bit of cash down. So USDA, all that good stuff. I think I bought my first house, or we bought our first house to the USDA, which was cool. Had to watch some videos and certificates and this and that, and boink, got in. Very minimal amount of dollars. The credit wasn't where it needed to be, but it worked. And our agent and lender made those things happen, right? So agents and lenders have a place for that business. It's awesome. And real estate investors have a place for other real estate investors, but they still need money. They need loans. They need expertise to do things, right? Unless they're putting together a apparatus like a investment firm or a wholesale firm, right? Or even a creative real estate investing firm, right? Are those things possible and doable? Are they happening now? Yes, they are, of course. A little bit of water to wet the whistle. I'm going to wrap this up because we got some things to do and get going. I'm going to put this up right here. Scan that QR code right there for the Real Estate Creative Domination Networking Meetup. I'm going to put my info on the next one here because this is if you want to become a creative real estate investor. That's surfing for deals. That's a free gift for you. It's become a creative real estate investor. AMP Live's expert training event. That's going to be Thursday at 7 p.m. May 1st. Be there, be square, learn some stuff. It's going to be awesome. Everything creative real estate investing. Share a little bit about myself, my history, what we're about, what we're looking for, hopefully what you're looking for, how we can help you, how we can work together throughout the United States of America, because it doesn't matter where you're at. We have these beautiful things right here. We'll share everything with you on that day, and we'll make you a, We'll make you an offer or a proposal to see if you want to come aboard and work with us in that capacity, or a mentoring program, coaching, or whatever, or just figure out how we're going to do business together or not. It's all good. We're not going anywhere. Okay. So you can scan that, but that's for lead generation. You need leads, right? You got to have leads. Think kind of like Cardone says, right? Hey, if you got a pipeline, you want that pipeline to be overflowing, right? You want that pipeline to just be bleeding leads. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling to find leads and deals and leads and deals. And then when you get one, you babysit the shit out of it. And then you babysit the next one and the next one, and it becomes feast or famine. So I get it, right? I'm not saying throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks. No, there's a process to these things, right? There's a process to go through the quality or go through the quantity to get to the quality. Those are your juicy leads, being able to recognize what leads they are, which ones are good, which ones to go after, where's the money, and then what is the exit strategy? Multiple exit strategies, right? That's a beautiful thing. And if you can serve it up with a creative real estate investing deal to an investor, you can make more money on it, right? Or bring in investors to do the deal. And I'm going to share that with you as well. I'm not going to go deep in it, but there are some videos out there that explains, well, what the hell is the American Mentee Program? They're out there. You'll see them. I'm walking on one. I believe there's a personal one. I might even bring I think I got a little video. I'll share it with you.
All right. Hey, how you doing? This is Erick from AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and AMP Live. We're going to keep this pretty personal and together with you and us. We're going to talk about AMP Live presents the American Mentee Program, one of the only programs of its kind where we train and mentor you and others across the United States of America. It's a true mentoring program. Probably saying, well, what the hell does that even mean, right? Well, mentoring, one-on-one. It's true one-on-one mentoring. It's what we've been doing for several years across the United States of America, and we want to work with you exclusively as well. This is how it works, okay? First and foremost, it's a true one-on-one mentoring program. It's a done with you and done for you program, meaning we're going to work with you. We're going to share proprietary information with you that's going to help you get deals and work deals in today's industry. It doesn't matter what
Scan
city,
that QR
what county,
code.
or what state you're in.
Put some
It
time
works
together.
in every single location.
Get you
As long as
rocking
you
and
are able
rolling.
to have a little bit of
Someone
faith and you
just
follow
scanned,
through,
like 4 or
you
5
take
already.
that action.
On
Once you
scan.
have a paper bag, follow directions, you're going to take action and execute. You're going to get deals. We're going to work deals together. We're actually going to be in there. I'm going to negotiate probably your first or second deal along with myself and my team. And then you're going to be able to do it.
So I'm going to put that on pause. And I'm going to share with you. You scan that QR code right there. We'll chit chat. We'll talk. We'll get going. Doesn't cost a dime to chit chat, but I would take advantage. I wish I had that. I had to spend 16, 18 months and a bunch of money and get things set up and actually be in the business before I actually found someone like myself to offer what they're offering. There are others out there. Trust me. I want to date myself with the type of programs, but the programs that are out there today, there's a lot of good ones and there's a lot of bad ones. There's some newbies, coaching and stuff. It is what it is, right? Some people are like, well, I'm not sure. Where do I go? What program? What program do I use? What do I actually need, right? Well, that's what the phone call's for. Let's figure out, see if we're a good fit. For a good fit, I'm going to guide you. I'm going to point you in the right direction. Even if we're not a good fit, or maybe not right now, maybe later, or maybe we might have something. You're like, I just need a deal. I just need some help with this and that. No problem, right? We'll either work on a consulting basis or we'll work on, hey, I need help with this full enchilada to help me with my business, get it up and running. That's what we're going to do. All right. The goal is to help you build your brand and get you up and running so you're doing the business in either part-time or full-time capacity, one way or another, right? Or maybe it's just some simple things. Maybe I just want a coaching program of some sort. The bottom line is scan the QR code like the others are doing right now. Appreciate it. Thank you for scanning. We'll definitely chat. Get on the schedule. You'll have my direct telephone number at the end of the day, or business number most likely. But if we do partner up and work together or come aboard and work together, then, hey, everything is direct, right? You're going to have my cell phone. We're going to work together. We're going to put you on a platform. We're going to work deals together and all that good stuff. It's a beautiful, lovely thing. So scan that to book some time. Appreciate it. Also on the Surfing for Deals, I got one more thing I'm going to share with you. It's coaching versus mentoring, real estate success explained. I'm going to share that with you as well, right? On Thursday. So Thursday, we're going to talk about what's the difference between the YouTube stuff and YouTube University, coaching versus mentoring. What is the difference? Is there a difference, the good, the bad, and the ugly? And why? Yes, why? Which one is the favorite, which you probably already know since I'm talking about it, right? But there is a place for it. There's a place for coaching when you're ready for it. And then when you need to graduate, you need to go, hey, it's like maybe, hey, I bought this car. Maybe it's a Honda. And I'm good to go. And now you're going to maybe upgrade to maybe a higher end car. Maybe it's going to be a Corvette. And then you're like, okay, now I want a nicer car. I want a Lambo, or maybe it's a Bentley, or maybe it's a freaking Rolls Royce. That's what AMP Live, the American Mentee program is. That's what's having a mentor is like having, right? It's the white glove stuff. We're working together. Our best interest is your best interest, and your best interest is going to become our best interest. So when it becomes reciprocal, then powerful things happen, right? Manifestation happens, things happen. And that's what this is all about. So we're going to share that with you. Let me see if we can book that right there as well. There's the QR code. Scan that QR code. I'm going to bring up the other one for the actual event that we'll be doing. So I believe it's right here. Oh, there it is. There you go. Creative. Oh, that's the other one. Here we go. Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Take a look at that and scan that QR code. We'll rock and roll on Thursday. Live will be a live webinar and meetup. And we're going to rock and roll these masterclass from lead to deal. So I'd like to do that on Saturdays. Some Saturday training. Obviously, my name is Erick Jimenez of AHA, America's Helping Americans, one America at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, right? Doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. That is our cause and mission. And my goal here is to help you with sub 2, fix and flip, buy and hold, and to learn what's the best strategy, what is going to be the best strategy for you, right? And that's the ultimate goal. So I'm going to share this with you again. Scan that QR code right there. If you're stuck going, man, do I want to fix? Do I want to wholesale? I'm seeing a trend where a lot of wholesalers are wanting to start fixing and flipping because they got some deals under the belt. They're doing some stuff. They're figuring out, man, this is like, hey, it's a hamster wheel. I got to keep wholesaling. I got to do some fix and flip, and eventually maybe some buy and holds because they're bigger paychecks. And the buy and holds are bigger paychecks for the long term, for the cash flow. But how do I do that? Do I go hard money? Do I go conventional? Do I, do I go private money? Do I bring in some bridge money? Do I go subject to existing financing or seller financing? Do I, lock it up and then sell it to a homesteader or another investor, right? All these things are in this creative real estate investing umbrella that we're going to share with you. Here's my promise to you. Come aboard and work with us. Scan the QR code, see if we're a good fit. If we are, awesome. We'll onboard you. It takes about 24, 72 hours to get you started and rocking and rolling. But I will promise you this. Your first deal is going to be either a wholesale, fix and flip, buy and hold, lease option, rent to own of some sort. If you got some cash or credit, be a fix and flip. Could be a sub 2 with some cash or terms. You don't know what it's going to be, and you don't have to know because we're here with you, helping you. We're gonna ask you, hey, we want to move forward. Here's the exit strategies, more than one, right? 9 times out of 10, there's more than one exit strategy. Here's a pro tip for you. If you're negotiating and you're trying to learn this business and you're doing the creative real estate investing stuff, don't mention sub 2, don't mention seller finance and all that crap because it puts a bad taste in people's mouth, even if it's an agent or a wholesaler or not a wholesaler, but maybe a seller of some sort, right? And there's even buyers that don't even understand that stuff. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to go cash. Well, how much money do you got? Oh, 200,000-300,000 or 400. I got 500,000. Okay. So if you're buying a property and it's in Southern California, how many can you buy? 1. If you're in the Midwest, maybe 2, right? I'm going to buy a house in KC. It's 200, 250,000, or maybe it's 150 and I'm going to sell it for 300 and some change, right? So you're going to lock up maybe 1 or 2 or 3. But if we're going sub 2, I'm going to show you how to lock up anywhere from 5 to 10 by using leverage. It's a beautiful, lovely thing. Of course, what you don't know is you don't know. And some don't want to learn the process. Some get comfortable in their stuff, and that's cool. Whatever works until they get tired of it, until they run out of money, or until they're going, okay, I'm stuck. I need to open up the ceiling, kind of like sales, right? That's why people do sales. When you have a job, there's a ceiling. But when there's sales, it opens up and sky's the limit. Hence, high-ticket sales, right? So we're looking, just since we're talking about it, we're looking for people. So definitely, I think I got a hiring thingy on here. I'm going to put it up here. Definitely reach out, scan and book a call. What is the premise of Americans helping Americans? It's AHA, the Americans Helping Americans, the American Mentee Program for true one-on-one mentoring. That is our claim to fame. That is what we do. That is what we're all about. Scan the QR code, lock in your spot, or maybe I'll just put in this down here and you can, you're like, I'm ready to go. I want to rock and roll. I'm ready to come aboard right now. This is what I need. Had that happen a couple of times, right? And like, I already know. I'm good to go. 15 minutes into the call, we're rocking and rolling, right? House hack the property. And that's what we want to do. Do some wholesaling, live in one, stay in it for a year, rent it out, we'll get another property, house hack, build a portfolio for the next 4 or 5, 6 years until the person retires, right? And 60 days. 60 days is that. All right. Cancel that. But 60 days end up jumping in there, right? So anywhere, I can guarantee you this, as long as you follow directions, could be 30, 60, could be 2 weeks, could be 4 weeks, could be 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. Heck, it could be 6 months before you get your first deal. It all depends on you. It took me 4 months to get my first deal, right? So, hey, maybe I'm just a slow learner. But at the end of the day, once I lock in like a shark and the eyes roll in the back of the head, there's no stopping, right? You're just going to keep rinse and repeat, keep rolling. And it's all on how you frame things as well, right? So lock in your spot for the one-on-one mentoring program. I believe I have, what is this? Something here I want to share. Let's see, do I have it here? Oh, yeah, right there, boink. So definitely reach out when we put my contact or my scan thingy there. So you can reach out, actually book a call, breakout call with myself and my team. Yes, we're hiring. So definitely, high ticket sales, acquisitions, dispo, marketing, all that good stuff. Any way that you think you can fit in with AHA Americans Help Americans and AMP Live, the American Mentee Program, also sponsored by VIP Execs Realty and Lending Step into Excellence. That is the real estate brokerage and lending side of things. There, if you're interested in any of that, definitely reach out and I'll connect you. At the same token, scan that QR code right there. Watch this backwards and forwards and try to, catch those golden tips or golden things and information that I drop when I'm talking about creative real estate investing, right? So this will be the same thing when you're building a team. You're going to, we're talking to someone else going, look, he's been in the business and they stepped out, got in, stepped out. Then they go, I think I'm going to get me a VA to make some calls. Did you try that before? Yeah. How did that go? No comment. Okay. Yeah. Because it probably didn't go very good. Right. So you need to become the expert in this business. Right. And we're going to turn you into an expert very quickly, super fast. Okay. First 2 weeks, 30 days, you're going to know more than probably a real estate agent's going to know. There's some brokers out there 30 years in the business, right? And I guarantee it, right? that they know something, but not everything. But there's brokers out there and whatever at the end of the day, where, after probably 90 days working with us, you'll know more than a broker does. Guarantee it. Okay. Depending on how much you absorb, right? So I guess I can't say guarantee because it's going to be guaranteed upon you. I have no control over your thought process, how you learn, but I do know that most people learn by muscle memory, by doing, right? You're going to punch so many times to figure out how to punch correctly. If you're boxing or martial arts or music or trying to hit a note, or maybe it's engineer or computer or programming, right? If you can learn a certain way and it just doesn't work, or you can learn a certain way and it kind of works, right? Until you go, oh my God, aha moments. And you go, you do this, that, and what? You can control alt and print or whatever. Unless you know that, you'd be like trying to figure out how to print the long way, right? Same thing here. You're going to shave off 3 to 5 years of working with us exclusively in the creative real estate investing business. You're either going to make it or you're not going to make it, but you have a better chance of making it while we're working with you, because we're going to fire you up. We're going to motivate you. We're going to hold you accountable. You're going to hold us accountable. Beautiful, lovely thing. That is my opportunity for you. Thursday, don't forget on Thursday, 7 p.m., May 1st, be there, be square, as I always say, right? Whatever the hell that means, right? The bottom line is that you're going to learn about creative real estate investing. Love to share it with you. That's what we do. That's our jam. I'm going to pull this back up here. Become a creative real estate investor. This is free. Scan that QR code. Get that free Surfing for Deals. It's a training video. It'll have a PDF, copy and paste to help you blow up your phone, email, and text with sellers that want to sell or need to sell. Want to sell if you're a real estate agent. So if you're an agent or broker, grab it, because there are going to be people that want to sell eventually. 85% of the people that try to go for sale by owner end up selling with an agent anyways, right? Only about 20 to 15% actually are sold for sale by owner when they try to sell them, because they have the wherewithal, because they have some experience, or they're just stubborn as shit. Otherwise, they end up listing with the real estate agent. That is the end result. That's where it goes, okay? So I get it when people are trying to go after deals on the MLS. Go for it. Off market, go for it. Whatever it is that you're wanting to do, you're going to learn it all, okay? And it's not about being, what's that? I think my dad had an opinion. My dad used to say, well, opinions are like assholes and everybody has one, right? Or if you want to soar like an eagle, you can't hang around freaking turkeys, right? And here's the last one, right? I believe it was, everybody knows this one, right? You'd be a jack of all trades or a master of none. No, we're a master of creative real estate investing, can help you become a master of creative real estate investing. And that is a beautiful thing that no one can ever take away from you. I'm also going to pull this back up so I can share this with you. This was my little thing. Is it there? Okay, well, yeah. Oh, well. That is 4 days from now, 4 days, 5 hours, 44 minutes, and 56 seconds. Definitely scan the QR code and be part of this creative real estate domination live networking meetup. That's a mouthful. All right. Let me see what we got here. Some chat. I will just say income requirements. Thanks for everything. Michael Horsey. Oh, hey, sorry about that, man. America's Help Americans. Who's Michael? Not sure. Says YouTube. How are you doing? That was 12:50. That was a while ago, right? Let me see. Yep. Sure was. No, not too long ago. Okay, cool. I'll type in my little rock and roll. Income requirements for what? Michael. That's just during the chat. I checked the chat because it's just I handed up some links and stuff like that. Usually have some help dealing with this stuff to moderate, but all I got is these glasses right now, And I wanted to make sure I got on for Sunday Rants and Raves. Let me do the chat. Beep, there it is. Okay, rock and roll. For Michael Horsley. All right, rock and roll. Let's do that. All right, so let's get back to this right here. Become a creative real estate investor, even if you're seasoned, even if you have experience or you're just spinning your wheels, need some help, you want to take it to another level. That happens a lot, right? And it's okay. We'll figure that out when we get on a call. Had some other calls from other people, say, oh yeah, I got like 17 deals in the pipeline and this and that. We find out it's another company. It could be one of those other companies that are out there, right? That are brokerages, but they don't list properties. They sell properties to investors. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, definitely DM and I'll explain it to you, because I'm not here to say anything good or bad about companies like that. There's some awesome ones. There's some great people that are doing it and working it, and it's a beautiful, lovely model for them. So, hey, you might want to even adopt it at the end of the day, right? You might want to even open a brokerage like that. But, it is what it is. But we find out, once we get on the horn, okay, yeah, no, they're not my deals. Okay, well, are they juicy? Well, not really. Okay, then why even sharing it with me, right? It's all bullshit, right? At the end of the day, I'm not here to impress you and vice versa. It's cool. We just knock it out. We'll be truthful with each other. If there's deals on the table, they look like I can help you or you can help us, then cool, let's do it. Open book, open door policy. Let's rock and roll. I don't hide behind email and text messages and stuff like that, although I do not answer my phone. I work best via calendar or locking in some time so we can chit chat and talk from in between training, mentoring, working deals, underwriting, and working with Amp Live Media and a couple other businesses, right? Then that there's a lot of time and there's a lot of pokes in the fire doing my thing, but I try to manage my time as best I can. I do look at my phone and look for the voice messages at least 3 times a day, emails 3 times a day, text, and the platform where we train a mentor is all day long. So, unless the phone goes off, unless I'm taking the day off or there's vacation or family or something, and it's in the schedule, or got someone else that's going to take my calls or do stuff for me, then that's a totally different thing, right? And that's what I want to share with you, right? Because obviously everybody's getting into this business, and even in the past or now or want to get into real estate, is to, one, put their money into real estate. They know that people, a lot of people have tons of money and they have businesses, but their money's in real estate, right? There's a legacy that they want to leave for their family and their kids and daughters and sons and grandkids. They want to have a legacy. They want to leave something for them at the end of the day, whether they appreciate it or not, because that'll happen too. You can do a life estates. You can leave them the cash and the money and let them do whatever. You can pass on the business or not, right? Or find a protege. A lot of people, 9 times out of 10, like the baby boomers, right? They got a lot of crazy little businesses, right? Where they're making a little part for the airline, or they're making this and that. And they got these little businesses and warehouses or retail spots, but the kids don't want the businesses. They're like, no, I don't want your business, dad, mom, aunt, and whatever it is. They want to do their own shit. So there's an opportunity right there to go after the baby boomers, find their businesses, because the kids don't want them, buy their businesses, pennies on the dollar, pay them some money, get them some money so they can retire and take it over and increase and put it in there, just like a cash flowing property, which is probably better than a cash flowing property. I can guarantee that if you plug someone in to run it and go that route. You can find businesses at pennies on the dollar. It's an awesome thing. But at the same token, right, the baby boomers, they're going to sell off their shit. They're going to leave some stuff. But like I said, some people don't want it. Even the houses. They leave the houses, and what? The kids don't want them. Grandkids don't want them. They want the money. Sell it. They want to put a little lipstick on, on a pig and put it on the market and sell it. Think they're going to get retail. Never happens. So boop, boop, boop. They may get close, but someone's going to buy it because it's in a great area, or not. 9 times out of 10, like Newport Beach and Santa Monica or Malibu or any of those places where people pass on their properties generation till you get one that says, nah, I want the money, right? I want the cash. Male, female, doesn't matter. That's what's going to happen. Okay. So just keep that in mind. If you got properties that are anywhere in Southern California and they are pre-foreclosures, NODs, or any of that stuff, definitely share it with us. Send it down the wire. DM us. Hit us on AmericansHelpingAmericans.net or AmpLiveMedia.com. Hit us on Facebook. You can hashtag Get Erick Paul Live. Get Erick Paul Live for videos and all that good stuff. Go to one of the platforms. Do the DM thing. get in contact with me. Or if you already have my information, I'm going to say thank you for sending down the deals that you have been in Texas, Missouri, and Southern California, and anywhere else. Appreciate it. Underwrite it, get you an offer if it makes sense. You're definitely going to get on the phone so we can at least hear, put a voice to the name. If you don't want to get on the phone, then that's cool and probably won't work a deal unless it's super juicy, but eventually we're going to have to sooner or later, right? Because you can't hide behind text and email and all that good stuff, right? But that's it. So without further ado, I'm going to put this back up here. Okay, I guess Michael, okay, he's gone. Back to the Sunday sermon. Rants and Raves, the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for watching. Share, like, and love. And across the United States of America or the world, right? We're definitely here for you. Let me see. What am I going to wrap this up with? AHA. Americans helping Americans. One American at a time. One family at a time. One property at a time. Doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And Amp Live, the American Mentee Program, the only program of its kind, where we train and mentor you and others across the United States of America, one-on-one. Done for you program, done with you program. Done for you means technology, tech, and all that good stuff. Done with you means we're going to get in the ring. We're going to train you to get in the ring, kick some ass. Then we're going to get in the ring with you, work deals, so you can hear it firsthand as we're working together. We're going to partner up and do deals together. We're going to make money together. We're going to help you build your legacy, help you build your business, help you build your brand. That's what it's about after all, right? And then the byproduct is we all make money. We make it reciprocal. The only program of its kind on this planet like it, because we care. Doesn't mean that others don't. Just I know where we're at and what we do and what we need to do to help you get to where you want to get to, okay? And Amp Live Media, which powers a lot of our mentees as well as us internally. We got some things that we're moving around and changing. Yes, we're probably doing some white label stuff as well, taking advantage of some of that and some affiliate stuff that we'll be laying down on the table, as well as our high ticket salespeople and plugging in more of that to prepare us for the new cycle, this cycle now and into the future. In the new cycle, as it starts emerging, we're preparing for that as well. We're going to get you prepared for that as well. And VIP Executive Realty and Lending Step into Excellence. Rock and roll in all that you do. Made in America here. Let's get back to customer service and taking care of what? Taking care of our fellow Americans, taking care of people in America, right? Let's eliminate all those jobs in China and Japan and all that crap and bring it here to America. I'm all for it. I'm also a God-fearing man, so I do believe in God. I'm not a holy roller, and I'm also a political man where I believe in being a patriot. That's right. Call it whatever you want. It's the Constitution, you know, the First Amendment, Second Amendment, all that good stuff. I believe in America, and that's what we're all about. So I'm here to share those things that are best for our fellow Americans, okay? And even myself, right? I'm fourth generation, I believe fourth or fifth generation American. So, you know, I'm as what do you want to say? I'm as American as apple pie, right? Even though apple pie came from who knows, right? Well, it was Dutch or whatever, who knows, right? The bottom line is, I'm not going to make this a history lesson, but rock and roll in all what you do. Hopefully you like this for entertainment purposes. Definitely, it's all about rocking and rolling this and doing real estate and creative real estate, both in the private sector and the public sector. Want to work with you, want to share all that art of the deal and the Amp Live method with you, proprietary stuff that we're going to share with you as well. We're hunting deals in Southern California as we're all closing up. So if you got probates, vacant properties, you got NODs, NOTs, notice the defaults, notice the trustee sales, you got fixer-uppers, ugly houses, on market, off market, doesn't matter. Just as long as the pencil's out and it makes sense, we'll look at them and underwrite them, get you an offer, or vice versa, work together in some capacity. Texas Triangle, definitely. Heavily looking into Dallas, Fort Worth, and all that good stuff, or Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth, in that section. Cruising down into, I get it, Texas Triangle, Austin, if we can get it, maybe certain parts of the Houston area in the middle for sure. Want to be in the path of growth is what we're looking at. And then obviously Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, maybe Kansas City, but mostly Kansas City Metro and the surrounding area. Ohio, we're kind of down a little bit, looking in like Dayton, Ohio, Beaver Creek, or something I think it's called Xenia. Xenia is a nice area. We're looking at some crazy property out there. I think someone had something out there in Xenia, but it's, I don't know, there's a lot of work. It's dilapidated, right? Even though it's a nice area. So we'll look at that. Maybe affordable housing of some sort, okay? Where else? Nashville, Tennessee. And, of course, good old crazy Florida, because Florida is kind of up and down all over the place. Talking with a couple people in Nevada. Nevada is really what's the word I'm looking for? It's up and down and up and down. It's really it's volatile, right? So, if we can find something juicy and good, definitely makes sense. If not, then, hey, that's cool too. All right. Other than that, rock and roll and all what you do. This is Erick signing off from AHA, American Top Americans, and Amp Live, the American Mentee Program, Amp Live Media, and VIP Execs, Realty and Lending, Step into Excellence. Look forward to rocking and rolling with you. I believe, is there a QR code? I'm going to leave you with the QR code and scan that QR code for some and book some time with us. Definitely, if we can get you lined out, then I'm going to put the screen back up for the Sunday Rants and Raves and close up this live meeting. Don't forget, tomorrow's Mindset Money Monday. So we'll see you live tomorrow for Mindset Money Monday. Get you fired up, get you rocking and rolling, get you geared up for the week. Tuesday out in the field. So maybe out in the field or may have this little thing here, right? And share some crazy properties and some deals and stuff live and inside the group. There'll be a link down below. Jump in that group. Post your deals. We'll post deals. We'll post lives in there as well as it gets bigger and bigger. Then we have Wednesday for Wildness Wednesday, and then Thursday back in the deal. We'll be outside in the field looking at deals or working deals in-house. And then we have that webinar, right? Live webinar / meetup on Thursday, 7 p.m., May 1st, and then back to Friday for Friday highlights, the pulse of real estate. Anything that's going on in the industry, we're going to share with you, the ups and the downs and what's happening, what's not happening, what's hot, what's not, and all that other good stuff. And then back to Saturday for some Saturday training, live in the field. Some door knocking stuff I know we're going to be doing for spring and summer. So we want to be part of that. You want to learn how to do it. It's something that we're putting on the table there. Okay. So without further ado, rock and roll one more time. Okay. I'm truly going to wrap it up. I'm not lying. I'm going to wrap it up. I got my water, my coffee, and then we're going to move forward. We got some stuff to do and then some time with family and get geared up for the week. Okay. So what do we got? Done. All right. Scan the QR code. Scan that QR code right there. Let's lock her in. Thank you for the people that did scan the QR code. Look forward to speaking with you and chatting with you and bringing you aboard. And hopefully we can rock and roll. I know we will. If you're serious about this, we're going to help you get to where you want to get to. All right? Because it's a reciprocal thing here, right? We all make money if we're working together. And remember, PMA, positive mental attitude. Also treat others as you'd like to be treated. I'll be able to read between the lines, see the forest through the trees. These are all my little terms that I believe in that you're going to need. Pick up the book, Think and Grow Rich. Pick up the book, The 17 Principles of Success. Make them your core. Make them your business Bible. That's just my pro tip for you. The same token, not to replace your real Bible. Yeah, like I said, I'm not a holy roller, but I am a God-fearing man, and I am a fellow American who loves this country, and I'm here to do that and to help you and others across the United States of America. So take care. We'll see you tomorrow for Mindset Money Monday. Go out there and knock those deals out. If you got stuff, post them in the group down below. Scan the QR code. Appreciate it. Or reach out in any capacity. If you're in California, maybe we'll break bread, have some coffee, a little bit of lunch, maybe some dinner after we get to doing some deals and things of that nature. We don't bite. Don't be afraid. We're regular people just like you. All right? Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.